right into it. LaFell, walk me through, because now AI are taking blue side. First pick against Falcons on red side. Second pick, we see a Fredrin first lock-in for AI. Falcons respond with a Natan and hold priority.
I like that they bat out the Nolan, now picking out the Fredrin. It's going to be very dangerous where the Fredrin can be paired up with the Florin, and you can basically have an unkillable Fredrin. But the fact that they immediately take away the Fire Mist, this might be a bit different. So they have to prioritize the Valentina and Florin for the draft to really work. But if they're worried, pick up the Valentina and the Moskov.
I think Valentina and the Moskov would have been like the straightforward answer here to respond accordingly, but that means that they leave one of their roles to be pinched in the draft, and that could be on the EXP side of things. Let's see, they still have 24 seconds to decide it. In terms of bans, Angela, Nolan, Chip for the side of AI, Matilda, Loyi, and Harris for the side of Falcon.
Arlet as well as the Moskov, where the Arlet is flexible, able to go to the EXP or the Roam, and definitely one of the more high priority picks, because we've seen getting banned over and over again. And now Falcon having the Minotaur as well. This is kind of like a double support kind of setup where the Fire Mist can protect your team the same as the Minotaur. But basically right now, it's a very difficult angle for anyone from AI to actually engage into a fight if the Falcons lineup starts rolling.
Yeah, this might be a bit difficult to handle. We'll see in a little bit as Novaria is going to get banned by Falcon, responded by Baxia on the other side of AI Esports. Now, I'm expecting the Valentina to get chucked under the bus, the ban bus. Come on. Yeah, there we go. And AI, do they respond with another tank jungle ban?
The only one left is really the Akai.
Barats is available.
Oh, looks like they're going for CC. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Barats. So, but if they have the Barats here, I would say their mid trio doesn't have that much damage. So they're picking up the Terizla first, especially knowing AI will probably not pick up the Barats. So I like this Terizla pickup, kind of forcing this Arlet to make a decision. If you're going to the EXP, I'm going to beat you down. If you go to the Roam, you might have an easier time, which I feel like this Arlet really should go to the Roam right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too, especially since Falcon, their success has been coming from, well, at the very least, through their tank junglers, and AI, they might even be setting themselves up for success. We'll find out whether it might be a swap of roles from game number 1, where Falcon takes the damage style jungler. Vexana gets locked in, followed up by Florin straight away. An atypical comp coming in from AI Esports.
Yeah, this is something that they really want, and in a way, they do get extra protection, not by the NetherRealm, but the Eternal Guard having an additional body in front. So they're going to have a lot of space open for the Moskov, but they really got to make sure that they're able to force out the Minoan Fury, because if not, it's going to be a hard time for Moskov to find opportunities to go in.
Man, this one's a little rough. They are lacking damage from the side of Falcons, but they could just double up on their initiation tools. They could go for Akai, Guinevere. Oh, Akai gets locked in for the side of Falcons, and now it's really much dependent on this Natan to scale up as quickly as possible.
This Akai is a little bit, I would say risky, because there are ways where if you misplace your heavy spin, you could push people away from the penalty zone, push people away from the Shadow Stampede, the NetherRealm, even the Minoan Fury. So if you're going to use that heavy spin, you got to make sure you pin someone close to a wall. If not, everyone else, the initial setup that they can have, you could whiff. So this Akai is very risky in my eyes.
Okay, I think there are certain conditions that need to be met. I feel like Akai's heavy spin either going to be used to pin against the wall by Turtlefight specifically to win out in that Retribution battle, unless he's able to get like a huge like 3-man, of course, then I think that goes without saying. But at the very least, if all the other abilities with the Minoan Fury, Entropy has already been used, NetherRealm, at least they have a disengage mechanic.
Either way, I'm saying this Akai is a very good pick, but usually in game-deciding matches is definitely quite nerve-wracking, and you don't want the nerves to get onto Dax. So Dax needs nerves of steel for this game to make sure that he has a good discipline on his trigger finger, not to use the heavy spin in a bad situation.
Well, let's find out as they get right into this game. Welcome to the Land of Dawn here at the SPS, brought to you by ESL. AI on the blue side, starting on purple, with Falcons Dax on the red side for the Falcons. Now, if everything goes well, Falcon should be able to scale to the mid to late game with no problems whatsoever. The real question is whether Ying finds an opportunity to get involved in these fights and maybe get a huge final slash.
I would say for Falcon, it's basically the same game plan as game number 2. Get the Holy Crystal and then start going crazy. AI, they want to make sure that this Fredrin is able to tank as much damage as he can, give enough space for Alita to do his thing. So this is really a game of gold laners here, Gideon, where it's about getting the third item onto Benny, and it's about giving space to Alita.
Man, I mean, that's assuming that they get there. We've seen many teams crumble under that pressure of making it towards their win condition and just like falling short of it oftentimes because of the first 5 minutes of the game, right? So that's why, again, Ying works very well. There's nice synergy between Fredrin as well as Arlid. Many ways to reset Arlid's vengeance, and if he gets it onto the right targets, his natural base damages is really going to be putting some of the backliners at threat. People like PX7, maybe even Benny. We'll find out in a little bit as Turtle's coming up in 16.
I thought you were going to say, like, we'll find out a little bit in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I would sing the song, but I can't remember it.
No, same. I can't remember it as well. And now, this is definitely an advantage for Falcon Esports, where they have a default winning lane when it comes to the EXP, just because of Terizla working very well. But as I say that, as I say that.
Oh, he gets ganked. He gets ganked pre-level 4, dies off of this.
I'm not going to say anything, man.
You need to stop making hard predictions.
Have fun, solo cast.
You need to start making hard predictions. I think that's the problem here. Well, PX7 loses Flicker as well. This is a free turtle. Falcon, Dax, you should start walking away or maybe look to play for kills.
No way Dax gets this turtle. Let's see how it goes.
Okay. The flicker from you. Hey, wait a minute. Let's calm down. We don't need the black magic here just yet. But here we go. They get right to the fight. Minoan Fury as well as the heavy spin already being expanded. And that's the Nether Realm getting involved. They're jumping straight into this battle as well. Ying is unstoppable. He finds the kill onto PX7 as PS does trade in return. But at what cost?
Well, I guess technically I'm right. He didn't get it.
He didn't get it.
Right? Technically, PS didn't either. But I kind of feel like we've seen this, right? It's the mid laners that have the retribution now.
Clearly. But this is a huge angle for Ying to set up a freeze. Royal Milk sacrificed so much HP, and now Ying, he holds it perfect.
I mean, you see that, but it looks like he's attacking the minions a little bit much there. We can definitely see AI Esports freezing a lot of waves here. We even see Lina trying to freeze the wave quite a few times, which is honestly very difficult to do as a Vexana, just because your passive kind of...
It's counter-interactive,
It's counter-interactive, exactly. You're trying to freeze the wave, but the moment one minion dies, everyone dies.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but at the very least, considering that Black is not going to participate in that mid lane freeze at all, he's going to help the bottom side. In the meantime, right, Benny? He doesn't mind this. He knows. Just like game number 2, it's just a matter of time. As they attack the mid lane once more, PX7 will not be able to get out of this, especially when Ying rotates for this gank too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure where he's like, there's nothing I can do against Royal Milk. I might as well move around the map, and it was good timing. It's unfortunate, but PX7 got caught. Now 3 members down. AI Esports is not going to use this opportunity to get anything on the plating, but it looks like they're just going to posture themselves for this next turtle. And Royal Milk, cutting very, very deep here, kind of indicates that he wants to join this turtle fight as well. Oh,
yeah, he definitely wants to enjoy it. When you see this proxy this early on, that's when you know he's going to make a move. And Ying, he misses the proxy, has to deal with the lane. Looks like it's going to be a 4v5, and Ying even using his final slash to clear this wave. It's about like roughly 15, 16 seconds-ish, like 15.8 if I remember correctly, based on his item CDR.
Well, either way is right now, Falcon, they're trying to pull the turtle way towards them, but now PS finds one. It looks like Royal Milk is taking quite a lot of damage.
He wants more. Royal Milk gets saved by the Netherrealm. In the meantime, Eternal Guard comes down to slow him. The temp HP is about to melt. Spirit Destruction doesn't land because he's reviving. And this 4v5 is already over. They disengage as they notice that Benny's on the top side of the map. And Alita doesn't want to give up the lane.
Oh, he can't give up the lane, man, because if you give that turret over to him, he's going to get his Feather of Heaven, and you don't want that to happen.
And the rest of the members are going to get chunked out in this 4v4. At this point in time, we are seeing that Ying is getting hyper-aggressive. Kid X, Minoan Fury, huge, lands off the 2, jumps into the back line, and Black can only survive for so long, and Dax ends up dying, no sustain. Retribution being committed onto Kid to try and run him down. Energy Eruption to slow him. They find the kill with the help of Ying, and now Royal Milk out of position, unable to finish up the rest of the meet. AI Esports just showing how inhuman they are.
Let me just say, but Ying is taken quite low here. I just want to say, no wonder this Arlic keeps getting banned. Look at Ying, 5-0-1. And he's laning up against a Terizla, which usually goes in favor of the Terizla. I mean, to be fair, it did go over to him, but once the fight starts, it's all art.
Yeah, man, it's disgusting in so many ways. He wouldn't, right? He's not at that point yet.
No.
He's not that guy yet.
No. My reaction is because Dax got the turtle.
Well, I mean, for the most part of it, it's always. I've come to be desensitized of it. Have you? Because I definitely feel like at this point, junglers like, why do you use junglers?
No. Because in my head, I'm just like, there's no way Dax gets it, right? And then on the second turtle, 3 members of AI there. Dax walks up, retries, and then moves out. Easiest turtle of his life.
I mean, at this point, it kind of puts the role into question. Is it difficult? Is it hard? It's tough to say sometimes. It really is. But man, I mean, the constant back and forth, despite the kill score being 6-1, AI Esports still 1.5K ahead.
1.5K ahead, and now we really got to look at the items here because the Feather of Heaven as well as the Starlim Side has been completed by Benny. PX7 taking a bit of damage. He has to flicker out to make sure he doesn't get punished.
Oh, this is rough. It feels like AI is trying to like simulate game #1 all over again by just limiting how much PX7 can actually participate in these fights, right? He doesn't want to get punished again mid-rotation, but even so, we don't see a lot of turns coming in from AI just yet.
I mean, looking at the damage, looking at the heal coming in from Alita, it's going to be very, very difficult to take Alita down. So, I don't know. Falcon, they're really running out of time. They gotta give all of their resources onto Benny, forcing him to get that Holy Crystal very, very quickly because the Lord is going to spawn in 25 seconds. I don't think he's going to get his Holy Crystal by then. So at this point, KidX has pretty good engages. He just doesn't have enough damage on his team.
Yeah, he kind of doesn't, right? Man, I think that Falcon need to make some sacrifices. They might have to just sacrifice his very first turtle. They got a posture for it, of course, but I don't think they're looking to secure it, more so to at least give a couple of kills over to Benny, because right now he is just hungry.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of hungry, they're going for the Lord here. Falcon posturing very well. The PS is there.
Oh, Ying can sweep them away with the final slash. He's waiting for the opportunity as PS is getting attacked by Royal Milk. Infernal Guard comes down here, comes another one, and penalty zone. They're trying their best. Ying tries, but no Infurion as well as Dax with a huge push on PS, allowing Alita to secure the Lord as they're looking to take away their front line and now attacking the back. They disengage. KidX gives up his life for a hire.
I would say it's worth it still for Falcon. Even though their roamer got taken down, they still got the Lord, and they're still in an okay position. AI Esports try to counteract this, but hold on. Royal Milk, yes, goes in.
Lock them down onto Royal Milk's side. They can still fall back here, but they're staggering this Lord. Look at that mid lane. We're already seeing that, at least for Benny, he's able to find one of the more important objectives on the map. Takes out the mid-tier 1 structure, and even steals the purple buff away.
And now he has the Holy Crystal, so Falcon, they made it work. 9 minutes in, 3 items on Benny, 7-1, but that can change because this time, whatever Kid X engages into a fight, whenever Royal Milk engages into a fight, now they have the damage. Benny just has to keep following them around, so AI Esports, they got to figure out a way on how to catch him. I saw that Ying was able to get onto Benny. It's just that once he's there, there's a lot of peel coming in from Falcon. So we see that AI has ways to get onto the back line, but they can't stay there for a very long time.
Yeah, they don't make it easy, of course. PS, making sure they're covering their bot duo, making sure that they can still scale into this game and be extremely relevant. Let's look at the items one more time. What are we working with here?
Well, we're working with 3 items on both goal laners here. Having the items on the Moskov means that you have enough damage. But the thing is, Kid X having the he doesn't have the Flash of the Oasis, so this is very doable. With the Flash of the Oasis, it's going to be very difficult to take down Falcon Esports, but because he's delaying his Flash of the Oasis for defensive items, makes it so that Alita can deal out the damage, but the fact that he has the Dominance Ice means that Alita, for however he's going to do it, try to avoid Kid Axe and then go on to someone else.
Yeah, we also saw that the Vixana opted to go for like glowing wand first item, and then into Bloodwings. We don't see the gleaming gem this time around, and it looks like they're depending on just purely dominance ices this time for the anti-heal. In terms of Lord advantage, pretty significant for the side of Falcon as they bounce back, but they only minimize the lead by at least 1,000, equalizing the score and not finding a gold lead of their own.
Right now, if I'm esports, I would be a little bit worried, because Falcon definitely has the advantage here when it comes to the item. So if Alita can hit the Spear of Destruction onto Benny, that's probably how they're gonna do it. Looking at the damage leaderboard, Ying is #1, even though he is basically full tank items. The only damage item he has is the Fury Hammer.
I mean, he's been getting like a crazy amount of like vengeance resets here, right? Everybody on the side of AIC Esports has a way to kind of trigger it for him to allow him to keep on dashing around. And so far, I think this is going to be by far one of the most important fights we've seen here today. AI Esports and Falcon contesting for this very important Lord. All battle spells are up, so expect to see a super play.
I'm just going to say it. Falcon has the better draft for this Lord dance. They have heal, they have a lot of engage, they have a lot of beefy boys, so they're definitely favored. PS is the only real one that can frontline for the team, where Ying kinda can frontline, but he wants to go to the back line. So they're doing two different things here.
Go Royal Milk, gonna poke and prod. PS gonna jump right on top of him. They use the energy eruption. Royal Milk trying to look for an angle as Ying tries to go in. Oh, instantly with a Minoan Fury as well. Eternal God tries to slow them down, but it's too late. PS is dead. Benny is attacking with the entropy for free, running them down slowly. Without their jungler, they end up losing everything. Flickers from all corners from the side of Falcon Esports to take this neutral for free.
This is why I say Falcon has a better draft for the Lord take, and the fact that they were distracted by Royal Milk gave the space for Kid X, and this is what we were talking about, how Kid X, he can engage for the team, he can get multiple members, just not enough damage. Now that Benny has the Holy Crystal, problem solved.
I mean, they've solved the problem pretty efficiently as well, but that's off of the fact that they had flickers. Now, without flickers, can they actually, siege down at least one of these inhibitors? If you talk about high ground defense, compared to last game, at least for AI, it's not as bad.
One person has the flicker, PX7. Maybe he could use the Shadow Stampede to pull everyone together and then let Royal Milk or Kid X do the rest of the work.
Oh, that's hopeful. That's hopeful. Here comes the final slash, pushing Dax underneath in the base. He gets on out of there, no problems, but had to use his heavy spin. One more attempt on the mid-tier 1.
I mean, the Flash of Oasis is there, so a lot of heal. Dax should be fine. And looks like Falcon Esports, because of the final slash coming in from Ying, looks like he's able to stop them from advancing, but still, it's just a matter of when, not a matter of whether they will or will not do it. So Falcon, waiting on the flickers. After that, Kid X and Royal Milk can do work.
Feels like whoever makes the first move here usually is able to decisively end that fight. AI Esports haven't been able to find that many angles. And more so, I feel like AI, at this point, they should consider split pushing, especially since they have Moskov on their side, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Looking at Falcon, they're moving as 5. Yeah, they should split here, but I feel like it's more on Alita not having the confidence to really get away with it. I don't know, I kind of feel like they really should, because no one really moves fast here from Falcon. The fastest one is PX7 on the Primus.
To be fair, the way that Falcon is kind of posturing against AI Esports is to deny him that opportunity, right? That's why they're hugging around the orange buff side of AI Esports to make sure that they can't really walk up or walk too far out of their base, and then afterwards they reclaim that line on the purple side as well.
Crazy if you look at the kill score. AI Esports has 7 kills, Falcon has 2. This shows the amount of macro play that Falcon has. Even though they're down in kills, they're the one controlling the map. But again, to be fair, they've hit what their draft is supposed to do. And then there's not a lot of counterplay with the draft that AI Esports has.
There is, by taking out that Natan. Somehow, some way, right? They have to blow his Purified. They have to somehow push him back. Like, I'm guessing that this final slash has to push him back into a really awkward position to either break the entropy or force the entropy, because somebody's got to get to him.
This is one of those situations where you're thinking to yourself, if only I have a Yuzong,
Kinda, yeah,
Right?
for sure,
Right.
honestly. At least then you can like kind of force it out of him, guaranteed, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, like, if, let's say, your Fredrin somehow gets onto the Natan, forces out the Purify. Actually, no, it's still okay. Let the Yuzong go in, waste the Purify, and then Fredrin just ignores everyone, just be a Chad, and then
Just
go,
beeline it.
and then just beeline straight onto the Natan, and eventually with a good Appraiser's Wrath, you can kill him.
Would that be enough though?
I guess you can still do the same thing with an Arlet. It's just that you just gotta be good.
Because I gotta
do that.
get good.
Like, imagine if you can vengeance through everyone, kind of like how Lancelot uses the puncture and then go straight to the back line. If he can do that, then I guess he can get onto the Natan. But
wait,
can you imagine, like, you gotta be good. You gotta be an amazing Arlet player to use everyone's bodies as procs for your vengeance to go into the back line. Like, the Fredrin has to be able to hit the energy eruption on everyone.
I see it happening. I don't know how you would communicate it with the rest of your team.
That's why I say you gotta be good.
How would you, like, I feel like it would be out of sheer coincidence that this Arlet is able to make a move. And once again, apologies to our audience out there who's excited to see the conclusion of this game. We have to take another pause. We need to make sure that at least both teams are on the same playing field. So we'll just wait it out and give you updates accordingly.
Yeah, it looks like Falcon has some technical issues here, so we're going to give them a little bit of time to resolve them because, again, this is the match that will dictate whether you're going into the challenge season or not. So this is a very big match for both teams, and it's a good thing that they're going for all 3 games, showing that everyone is putting everything that they have on the table.
Yeah, and honestly for me, I like the evolution that we've seen from last seasons of SPS till now. The quality of games have definitely increased, but let's not forget about some of these orgs. They're really putting a lot of effort in their backdrop itself. Last time we were playing from bathrooms and double bunk beds. Now we've got big tables, full logos.
What is the worst place I've played at?
Side of the road? Ever done one of those?
I mean, like, when I was starting my esports career, I slept in front of a bathroom. Daddyhood's bathroom.
I feel like I've heard this story before.
Yeah. It's one of those stories he keeps on harping to everyone. It's like, oh, you know LaFell? He used to sleep in front of my bathroom. It's like, yeah, we can move past that, can't we? Like, do we really have to? Like, he really is like the dad, saying like, "Oh, this is how I discipline my kids."
You gotta sleep in front of the bathroom, and that's the punishment. Just wait. Karma has its way. One day, Daddy might be sleeping in front of your bathroom, and that's when you're like, gotcha.
How can an esports order drop that low? I don't think that's gonna happen, but okay. But either ways, yeah, the Arlet play. If they can make that happen, they deserve the win, don't they?
I mean, definitely. I'm getting word that we're going to be unpausing real soon and jumping right back into this game. Let's see whether it is set up or whether it's sheer coincidence.
I'm going for coincidence, but let me tell you. I rather win by sheer luck than pure skill.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I'd rather be lucky than good.
You'd rather be lucky than good. Okay. All right.
Have you seen Yu-Gi-Oh?
I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh. Yes, I have.
Okay, the power of the Millennium. No. The one that Yugi has.
Oh,
the pyramid.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that what it's called?
I don't think that's the right name. But here we go. The final slash pushes Royal Milk out of position, and that's already a big alt blow. But they don't profit off of it. 3 seconds until the turtle. 3 seconds until the Luminous Lord actually spawns.
Just to finish that, his power is that he gets very lucky. He gets the card that he wants.
Then you gotta get possessed by a Pharaoh Ghost. I don't know how comfortable I feel with that.
I guess I wouldn't want that either. But anyways, the Lord has been started. Falcon Esports is in control. And looking at the positioning here, PS is able to get a flank position, but I don't think he can go in here. Falcon, they are pushing everyone away. Yeah,
they're trying their best. PS, I mean, nobody's doing enough damage to Royal Milk at this turn. Honestly, wait a minute. It's actually looking good. Penalty zone jumping on. Minoan Fury does win, but the Netherrealm is already out. PS and Dax are on their own. Benny takes him out, and that's going to be Lord going over to Falcon Esports, taking out the jungler. They split the fight in 2.
They should have asked Ying to vengeance all the way towards Benny.
He tried. He flickered, right?
Yeah, he did. But again, like PS tried to solo that, and I respect the cojones on the man to do that, but you can't do that when the Natan is free hitting.
Yeah, not when the Natan is free hitting, especially with the entropy as well, doubling up on those on-hit auto attacks. Now with the Luminous Lord, they guaranteed lost at least one inhibitor turret in this push. The real question is whether Falcon is able to close out this game off of the push.
At this point, I don't mind if Lina flickers Eternal Guards onto the Natan. Oh, but look at that!
That's so good. The penalty duel is trying to stop them as the Netherrealm finally pops. Royal Milk with the immortality will hold on. The Netherrealm keeps him alive. That's all 3 inhibitors gone for the side of AI Esports, looking for the GG push. Landing a very healthy Lord. Going to be knocking at that crystal. Royal Milk trying to heal up, spell vamping, splits the front line from the back. Moskov can only do so much, takes out the Lord, but PS manages to get on out of there. 2-man final slashes, the Minoan Fury comes out, Alita fights Kidex, but Benny takes out Ying, and Benny takes everyone else out. Alita trying his best, looking for any kind of penetration to hit the rest of the members, knocking them backwards, taking the ult, kills Benny, kills the front line, and now this push has failed. Oh my god, he just did a godly play. Alita!
Everyone did a godly play. The fact that Ying actually got multiple targets with the final slash gives the opportunity for Alita to actually go crazy, man. We gotta look at this instant replay because a lot of things happen. Look at this. Royal Milk gets 2, pulls everyone into a range that Alita can actually do damage, and then Alita hitting the Spear of Destruction straight onto Benny. That's game. Like the moment the Spear of Destruction hits, that's it.
That was, oh my god, that final slash to take out the battle spells. Everything lined up perfectly for the side of AI. And now they're on the offense, right? With no inhibitors left, they have not a lot of control over the map and as well as the macro. Falcons, they don't mind taking the loss. They're still in it. Their crystal is still available, but Benny, he's going for that. He's making sure he's getting a rose gold meteor for himself.
Rose gold as well as the Blood Wings. He has a lot of shields here, but a big item as well for the Moskov is the Hasclaw so that he can stay in the fight for a very, very long time. Like, he's self-sustaining. So, and Black hasn't died just yet. Looking at the lineup here, I'm almost okay in a very bad situation for Alita to sell an item and, I don't know, maybe even go for an Oracle just so that you have a lot more heals. But that's kind of a fighter thing, not a gold lane thing. Probably not a good idea, but I'm just trying to figure out how you can get more magic resist to deal with this Natan.
I don't think you can. I think you just have to like kind of outweigh the initial engage. There might be an argument even for like a Winter Truncheon considering how like heavy the engagement from the side of Royal Milk as well as Kid X as well. They really are out to get Alita.
I'm trying to be creative, but yeah, probably the wrong move trying to get an Oracle onto someone like Moskov just to have some magic resist as well as extra heal. PS finds Kid X. Looking at Benny, Benny is just controlling the wave, and I'm pretty sure Alita is just trying to find an angle where he can use his Spear of Destruction to initiate a fight.
I mean, he can, but at the same time, like the rest of AI, they've got to all go in together. They can't split up, but here we go. Royal Milk with the Winter Truncheon is able to dodge the initial damage. Really nicely done. Here comes the Eternal Guard. As they try and lock away their opponents, Dax is able to secure that Lord, and with the Netherrealm, nothing is coming out of creation. Wait a minute. They lined up nicely. They've now split the fight into 2. They're giving up that space. Nobody's gone down just yet, allowing Ying to jump back and forth. Alita free hitting the front line. It's hitting Benny unintentionally. He wants to get away. He has the shield, but no, they need to decide on which side they want to go through.
This is the battle of the gold laners, man, because we see hesitation coming in from both sides like, oh, I'm getting hit. No, I'm getting hit. This is what happens when both gold laners from opposite teams are having basic attacks that basically penetrate a very straight line. Like, Moskov hits the front line and hits the back line, same as the Natan.
Oh, it's rough, but at the end of the day, this Lord, you can't outscale this bad boy. He's too big, he's too beefy, but PS will try his best. Energy Eruption already out as the engagement begins. Kid X gets into the back line with the flicker in as well as a Minoan Fury. Dax locks down PS to allow the rest of the members some free time to hit. They're going to be able to take out, no, PS is still alive. Spear of Destruction comes out of Benny with the nature, saves his life. PX7 is able to find the trade, but it's still, both marksmen are down 2 for 1 in favor of AI.
20 minutes in, AI Esports still able to defend. What was that defense? And Benny right now, even with the Blood Wings, even with the Winter Truncheon, like, he's a glass cannon, man. He has the defenses, and yet he still gets taken down quick. Let's look at his replay here, where Benny is free hitting. But the moment Alita finds a way to get into the back line, he's dealing the damage. PS, unfortunately, got got caught. If he didn't, he would have set it up much better. Alita has been hitting all of this spear of destructions onto Benny, and that's really a big difference maker, even though he didn't get the kill, but he definitely set it up.
Yeah, and honestly, I think Benny's a little scared of Ying, because it feels like every single time Ying gets on top of Benny, instant entropy, right? Maybe not the Purify guarantee, but always the entropy. This has happened 2 times in a row, and I think it might happen a 3rd time again if AI Esports want to win the next fight.
Interesting. Alita sold his Rose Gold Meteor for a Wind Talker, so they're looking at an angle where they win a fight, and then they could just end it all mid.
Let's see, the rest of Falcon is encroaching on AI Esports' territory, but they're going to give it up straight away.
Actually, now that I think about it, it's also a good item for defense because you can clear the lane much faster. So I actually really like this Wind Talker pickup in the late game. Oh, they find Dax.
Dax is in trouble, losing 50% of his health. Eternal Guard as well as the Nether Realm to counteract it. Pins PS to the wall, but they don't find any kills whatsoever. Royal Milk thinking about the engage, but his team backs away. Too many ultimates already being used, and now the split push will occur. Falcons, they have full control over the map, and AI still don't have an inhibitor to protect themselves.
This is such a close game, and I gotta say, Ying has been amazing throughout, using the final slash to reposition the members of Falcon Esports because they want a certain order of who's in front, who's in the middle, who's in the back. And Ying just says, no. You want to be in the middle? Well, now you're in the front. Deal with it.
Let's see, because so far AI has been really struggling during these neutral objective takes. This Lord especially. Talked about it in the draft. Every single time Falcon, they're much better at fighting around this space. And Royal Milk seems to be that impenetrable wall as the mid lane gets shoved in.
Right now, PS finds Royal Milk. Like you said, Royal Milk is make sure that PS does not get in. I kind of feel like AI Esports should go for a fight. Both teams should really go for a fight here.
Yeah, even Moskov, right? All the way in the back, all the way in the base defending. He's waiting for the right opportunity to throw that spear to get in the middle of this fight. Here we go. PS still trying. They've already reset the Lord once. They're going to give that orange buff over to Alita to make it happen, but so far, I think Falcons, they don't have to do much, right? They have 3 pushing waves. They just need to buy time.
This is good from AI because they understand that the Moskov is going to be a little bit late to the fight, so they're just delaying this Lord thing. So technically, they're not even contesting for it. They're just trying to make sure that Falcon doesn't get it.
Here we go. Entropy from Benny as the rest of the team engages. The final slash doesn't get much as Kid X with Amino and Fury to lock up 3. They can't get out of here. Ying is trying his best to get away, but Benny is melting him down. Now Ying, without anybody to reset, will try his hardest to get on top of Benny as Kid X peels for him. Benny goes down onto the immortality, and Dax dies off as Alita zones him away with the help of the Lord. And it's all up to Ying, who has survived longer than he honest to God should, as he resets and takes out that backline. Benny is gone, Dax is gone, and PS is laughing.
Look at the base!
Alina's got it, right? Alina's got it, right?
Lina, I mean, sure, the minions are there. Now that the Lord is going to get taken down, they're going to have super minions. That's close, but big team fight win by AI Esports. And we got to talk about this Florian, man. The Florian has a Holy Crystal. Imagine the amount of heals that AI Esports has been having. 0-0 and 13. Look at this. Look at the positioning of Black as well as Ying. Black is out of team fight, but he's still able to heal everyone up. Ying is in the middle of everyone, but for some reason, he's not going to get attacked. He's hitting everyone with the Vengeance, getting all of the stacks of crowd control as well as damage onto them. No matter how low Ying gets, he keeps getting healed.
Man, it's just like resets upon resets upon resets of Vengeance and the heal on top of that. He feels unstoppable right now, and Benny can't deal with that type of sustain. His on-hit is going to be useful, though. Mid-inhibitor missing. AI takes something back, but it doesn't mean that that crystal falls just yet.
At this point, I don't know who to crown as the MVP, man, because Ying as well as Black are doing work. Lina, the counter engages, has been very clean. Every single time they go on to PS, the Eternal Guard goes down and basically disengages everyone. Everyone's full item at this point, and having the Holy Crystal on the Vexana as well as the Florian means a lot to them. And at this point, even though big power spike for the Natan, it kind of doesn't matter at this point because everyone is full build. So your big power spike, your big advantage is weak.
Yeah, but the worst part is that he can basically get one shot by any one of them, right? He doesn't have his Purify available, doesn't have like a situational item like an Immortality ready to go. He's just gonna pop, and that's all of Falcon's damage, right? Even for PX7, he has been relevant in these fights, but the problem is that AI, they kind of wait out the big ults before they go in for the counter engage. So it's always staggering. You never really see those Ghost Bursters hitting more than 2 or 3 people.
Now we're getting to a point where the minions are dealing quite a lot of damage. So now it's all about macro. Falcon Esports could potentially end this if they can establish a slow push and then let the minions go in, where even AI Esports, with the amount of minion wave that they have, minion wave deletion that they have, they can't deal with it.
It's going to be rough. Somebody has to make that mistake here. We're already into the 86k mark.
Wow, 140,000 damage by Alita.
Right? So far, I mean, the success really just comes down to, in these team fights, who can maintain their battle lines, right? Like, every single time we see Falcon lose is because they get split. Every time we see AI Esports lose, generally is when they get split. So it's really about maintaining the frontline pressure.
This is just a bad spot for AI. Like, gold doesn't matter. They have a 10,000 gold lead, but because they don't have any inhibitors, all of the minions coming in from Falcon is much stronger than AI. So they're always going to be the one that has to control the waves. Falcon, they could just let things be, and then the minion waves will set things up for themselves.
I mean, AI Esports, they have to answer to certain responsibilities. And in this case, this is basically just doing chores, basically getting called by military service. Like, hey, you got to come down to the bot side, got to go up to the top side, we got a mess for you to clean.
I mean, at this point, Falcon should split things up. Let someone be on Lord and someone trying to end the game.
Ooh,
right?
Oh, wait.
They might even do it now.
I mean, to be fair, it feels like Falcon has a bit of a read on this, just in case. They've sent 2 people down and not just the Natan.
Yeah, because again, like you said, the Natan glass cannon, he can get one-shotted or two-shotted by anyone. So someone has to control the base, and Alita has to be up in cleanup duty.
Wait, AI, they're responding to this. They're actually nervous about this situation. They haven't spotted out Benny this entire time, and I think once they do, that's when we see the movements, right? Yeah, they do notice him. So now they're taking space. They're fighting Royal Milk in the time being. Oh, he's committing the ult with no Appraiser's Wrath.
Actually, I think they still don't know where Benny is. That's the crazy thing, because so far when Benny is moving around the map, but now definitely they see him. The minions have spotted him. The Lord is half HP. Falcon, they're 5 men here. They want to fight. I feel like what they want to do, delete at least 2 front lines so that they could just win out of sheer minions. Even if they don't get the Lord, it doesn't matter.
I think they're just going to stall this out. They want the long lane.
Yeah.
They want the opposite lane on the bottom side of the map to actually build up and forcefully make Moskov go and respond. And Benny's going to keep playing this mid. But here we go. Once again, Royal Milk trying to poke and prod to get something out. He gets the Eternal Guard this time. Ying gets out of there.
Minion wave bottom. Minion wave bottom. Alita has to go back.
I mean, Royal Milk, he's losing out of his HP. Moskov has to respond. And now PS finally take control of this. But, What, the initial hits, they don't land onto Ying just yet. But still, no ultimates committed.
This is a very difficult situation for AI Esports.
It's not in their control, honestly.
Falcon just has to wait. They have healing themselves. They can do this all day. Call Captain America.
They got a coin flip at some point, but we've seen how these coin flips have worked out. It's always Falcon favored. The jump coming in from PS, he tries Dax. He could look for the lockdown, but the Eternal Guard is going to stall him out, and just in time, NetherRealm tries, and here it goes, Spirit Destruction. Dax, he gets it, but the fight still continues. Black is trying to get on the run here as Alita attacks from the flank, wants to get on top of Benny, doesn't get the stun. Benny takes out Alita, and Falcon Esports finally break open this game.
I would say that's checkmate, man. The minions are coming in. The Lord will spawn soon. 3 members of AI Esports is down. Looks like this game is going to go over to Falcon Esports. All they got to do is just attack that base. Royal Milk knows it. This is basically game over. PS trying to hold out as long as he can, but he's just delaying the inevitable. Falcon Esports moves on.
They knock on the door. They take the win in this best-of-3 series, 2-1. A hard-fought victory as they will now be moving on to the next stage. AI, it was a good attempt, but Falcon just the better.